Welcome to Book Therapy. In the shadowed corridors of mystical lore, few texts inspire as much fascination, debate, and awe as the Book of Abramelin, or the sacred magic of Abramelin the mage. Believed to have been penned in the 14th or 15th century, this grimoire has navigated through centuries, its influence echoing within the chambers of Western occultism. Attributed to Abraham of Worms, a German Jew who reportedly journeyed to Egypt to learn this sacred magic from the mage Abramelin, the book serves as both a spiritual guide and a complex manual for interacting with the unseen realms of spirit and divinity. The historical journey of the manuscript begins with its earliest known version, a German manuscript from the 17th century, but it was S.L. MacGregor Mathers' translation in 1898 that truly introduced it to the English-speaking world. Mathers, a pivotal figure in the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, was captivated by its promise of spiritual ascension through rigorous practices. Over the centuries, the book has been both revered and scrutinized, influencing numerous occult movements and scholars. Its teachings resonate with themes found in other mystical texts like the Key of Solomon, yet its unique approach to spiritual purification and the summoning of spirits sets it apart. The book's content is divided into three main sections. The Path of Purification, starting with Abraham's pilgrimage from Germany to Egypt, this section lays out the spiritual groundwork necessary for the magic to be effective. Abraham's quest leads him into a rigorous spiritual regimen, requiring seclusion often described as months of living in a single room dedicated to spiritual practices. Here, moral and physical preparation involves not only physical abstinence from worldly pleasures, but also deep introspection and purification of the soul. Daily rituals include prayer at set times, symbolic acts like ritual bathing, and adherence to a code of ethics that promotes humility, charity, and truthfulness. The importance of prayer is emphasized, not just for divine connection but as a tool for mental discipline and spiritual alignment. The art of summoning and controlling spirits, this section delves into the rituals and tools of Abramelin's magic. Magical squares, a distinctive feature, link each spirit to a specific square of numbers or letters, believed to hold power when used in rituals. Invocation techniques are detailed, including the precise wording of invocations, the use of incense, and timing rituals to coincide with astrological events. Spirits are categorized into hierarchies, from those influencing mundane matters to those offering wisdom or divine intervention. The text is clear on the ethical use of these powers. Misuse can lead to one's spiritual downfall, urging practitioners to seek the will of the divine rather than personal gain. The attainment of divine knowledge. The culmination of the practitioner's journey seeks communion with the holy guardian angel, a concept suggesting a personal divine guide or the higher self. After navigating the perils of spirit interaction, the practitioner aims for a divine vision, leading to profound spiritual understanding and enlightenment. This transcendental experience is where the practitioner gains direct insight or communication from the divine. The legacy of the Book of Abramelin in occultism is profound, influencing magical practices, particularly within ceremonial magic. Its principles echo in the works of Aleister Crowley, who attempted the Abramelin operation and incorporated elements into his Thelemite practices. Scholars and practitioners debate whether the book should be taken literally or as an allegory for spiritual development. Some view it as a guide to achieving personal power, while others see it as a metaphor for the journey towards spiritual maturity. Before we close, here are some legends and intriguing aspects surrounding the Book of Abramelin. The quest for the sacred magic, perhaps the most central legend, is the narrative of Abraham of Worms, who, according to the book, traveled from Germany to Egypt in search of true magical knowledge. He met Abramelin, an Egyptian mage, who imparted this sacred magic to him under certain conditions, including living by divine law and distributing wealth to the poor. This journey is often romanticized as a quintessential quest for mystical wisdom. Hidden manuscripts in Tibet, there's a legend, often discussed in occult circles, that copies of the Book of Abramelin were so sacred or dangerous that they were hidden by monks in remote locations, including on mountain tops in Tibet. This speaks to the aura of secrecy and the perceived power of the text, suggesting that its teachings were to be kept from the uninitiated or those who might misuse them. The 6 to 18-month ritual, one of the most famous legends or practices associated with the book, is the lengthy ritual it prescribes for achieving the knowledge and conversation of the holy guardian angel. Depending on the manuscript or translation, this ritual could last from 6 months to a full year and a half, involving intense purification, seclusion, and spiritual practices. This ritual has been both attempted and discussed by numerous modern occultists, including Aleister Crowley, adding to the book's mystique. The magic squares. The book is renowned for its use of magical squares or kamias, which are arrays of numbers or letters used in the rituals to summon and control spirits. These squares have become legendary in their own right, often discussed for their mathematical and mystical properties, and are considered by some to be one of the most effective tools for magical operations. The influence on Aleister Crowley, a prominent figure in 20th century occultism, is said to have been deeply influenced by the Book of Abramelin. He attempted the Abramelin operation, and his experiences, or lack thereof, have become part of the lore surrounding both the book and Crowley's own magical practices. This connection has added layers to the legend, intertwining the book's history with one of the most controversial figures in Western esotericism. The mystery of authorship. There's a persistent legend about the true authorship of the book. While traditionally ascribed to Abraham of Worms, some scholars have speculated that the real author might have been Rabbi Yaakov Molin, known as Maharil, or even that it could be a composite work from various sources over time. This mystery adds to the allure of the text, suggesting hidden or lost knowledge behind its creation. Danger and damnation. Legends also circulate about the dangers of the book's practices. It's said that those who misuse the magic described within could face spiritual ruin or damnation, giving the book a dual reputation as both enlightening and potentially hazardous. Today, the book continues to be a touchstone for those interested in esoteric traditions, offering both historical insight and practical, though highly debated, magical techniques. The Book of Abramelin remains a cornerstone of mystical literature, its teachings on discipline, ethics, and spirituality providing a rich tapestry for exploration in the quest for divine knowledge. Whether as a literal guide to magical operation or as a profound allegory for the inner journey, Abramelin's book continues to captivate, challenge, and inspire those who tread the path of the occult. Thank you for tuning into Book Therapy. For more such summaries, please like, share, and subscribe.